Hey there, it's Bernardo, and you're watching Vibe Go to Me. And today we're going to be recording the last video on the series on this format. I'm going to take this series and do something slightly different. But this way, this structure of me reviewing these agents is finally coming to an end, at least on this project. I still want to review some new Vim plugins, but I'm going to do a video just about it, but I'm going to do it in a slightly different format. So today we're going to be taking a look at another CLI tool called Code, which is a horrible name, especially because Code is the CLI that brings up VS Code. But Code is by the folks at Every, and they do some really interesting AI tools, including one that I really want to test here, called Monologue, which is about voice to text. But yeah, so these folks, they do a lot of cool AI projects, and they forked Codex and created Code. So Codex without the X. I'm not sure if that's the reason, but yeah. So I'm just going to test this. I'm going to install it. I'm going to see how that performs, doing the same thing that we've been doing. But yeah, maybe I was already going to be slightly different, which is I'm going to probably go on this auto drive. I'm just gonna let it do. Like I'm gonna go full vibe code now. I'm going to let the destiny do that thing. So yeah, we're gonna check how that goes. I'm gonna go crazy on vibe coding. I'm feeling courageous today. So yeah, so that's Code. It's a fork of Codex, but with some interesting things. They have these two videos which I recommend you watching. But pretty much, I think the main selling point that they have is auto drive, and they also have this multi-agent thing, which pretty much is the way that they wire together their own CLI with other agents, right? So it connects with Cloud Code, with Codex, and delegates tests to them. But we're not going to be using that. All right, so for installation, they recommend using npm. I'm going to kind of do that, but I'm going to install through Miz. So I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to do Miz install -g, sorry, Miz use -g npm colon just every code. And yeah, I was playing. Yeah, I don't know why this is taking so long to install. But yeah, okay, we're just gonna wait. Maybe it is compiling because it's a Rust project. I don't know why it takes so long. Okay, so which coder? Yes, okay, so if I come to expensify Codex, I'm gonna do coder here. Oh, why is, sorry for the flashbang. Settings, theme. Why there's only dark themes? Come on, don't do that to me, please. Okay. Oh, it's just okay. It's just because the font was too small. Okay. Let's see what we have. Dark. Yeah, I like this Zen Garden. Okay. Okay, model. All right, so we can authentication. Oh, okay. Maybe it already connected because it's using my Codex, my Codex credentials, right? Yeah, let me just, what is this project about? I wonder if, like, if it knew that I had grep installed, like, yeah, this is interesting. Say Control R can show the reasoning. All right. What is Control T? Okay, so I have a standard terminal and for UI. Is that like is that also something that we have on like Codex? Like if we open go see. Yeah, that UI seems like something. Okay, I think this is the UI of these folks here. It seems like this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we can toggle the reasoning and can see. I mean, it's now showing everything here. Okay. All right. Let's see what we do have here. Okay, agents terminal and toggle browser overlay. Delete to line end, delete to line start, delete current line. Okay, there are a bunch of things to. Yeah, okay, this is just field navigation. Okay, so Shift Tab changes the mode. Read only, write with approval, and full access. Yeah, screen and reasoning, help overlay is this thing, diff viewer. Okay. Yeah, so there's no diffs. But the other thing that we might want to see is the Control A and Control B. So these are the agents. Yeah, so this is for the multi-agent thing where you can start like Cloud Code and whatnot. And Control B. Okay. Wait a second. What? Okay, browser. Yeah, okay, I need to install Chrome to be able to access that. Let me install that as well. Okay, let me just quit and do brew. What is going on? Okay, you know what? I don't know what's going on. Install Google Chrome. Let's install Google Chrome. Yeah, let's make this big. I mean, I wonder, I do have Chromium, right? No, I don't. Yeah, does that thing work with Chromium? Okay, Z Expensify Codex. I'm gonna do Coder again. I'm gonna do browser. Okay. What is going on? Why I can't start Chrome now? Okay, something weird is going on. Okay, I manually queued Chrome. Maybe it was because I never started Chrome before. I don't want to use Chrome on the default browser, and I don't want to help. So start Google Chrome. Yeah, don't sign in. Now let's try Coder and let's do browser. If I go to localhost or google.com. Okay. Okay, that's what I want to. It's not the. Okay. Okay. So this opens and I can go to youtube.com/ accept or whatever. So if I go here, what page is the browser opened at? What do you think about it? Yeah, I'm not sure how to use that integration. In Chrome. Yeah, this is a little bit buggy. Okay, now I have something else. All right. Okay, go to youtube.com/ What? And how are they even doing these images on my terminal? I guess it depends on your terminal emulator. I know some terminal emulator do support that, but I probably if I open like the default terminal app, it's not gonna work. But this is wild. That's wild. That's crazy. What? What is even going on here? Okay, yeah, that's crazy. I guess this is the DevTools MCP, right? Like this is not something that. What do you think about this channel? I just wanted to tell me I'm a nice guy. Okay. Yeah, this is nice. Okay, I think there's a lot of interesting. Oh, it's gonna actually give me some feedback. I'm not sure what to expect. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So it's gonna check the videos. Hey, it's just showing the last 3 videos because it's not logged in. Yeah. Okay. I think this is fine. I already saw how that worked. I'm not gonna waste too much of our time here. A little bit slow, but okay. What else do I have here while this runs? So we have okay, MCP servers, login, manage code signings. Okay, browser, Chrome, new, unique, compact. Yeah, the default stuff. Review, cloud. What is this? What is this cloud thing? What are these cloud tasks? Okay, so I guess this is from Codex, not from Coder, because I connected that. Yeah, that is a repository of a project that I have. Okay, agents, configure agents. I wonder if we can log in with. Okay. Okay, so this starts. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is UI though. Okay, cancel. Ask just leaves the whole thing. So this, I guess, is gonna use Gemini CLI. Yeah. Quen3 is just gonna use Quen CLI. Yeah, I guess I can add any agent, but like, is this like? It's gonna be just a. Yeah. Well, I need to test how that works. Okay, yeah. So I think this is. What is primary and secondary? Okay. Well, I'm gonna save this. Then I'm gonna take the AI advice. Okay, so yeah, I think this gives enough information for us to get started. So it is using GPT-5, and then I guess the idea, one of the selling points, that it can delegate, for example, the coding tasks to Cloud Code. So I want to see how that goes. Okay, I think honestly I'm not going to waste too much more time. They have this really nice UI on top of the default Codex experience. For example, let me update Codex just for a comparison. List grab Codex. Which Codex? Okay, brew, upgrade. I start with that. Codex. What is the latest version? Am I on the latest version? OpenAI Codex. Then we go back to the CLI. Yeah, how do I upgrade? The Codex. Great. Codex. I did that, but why I'm not getting the latest update? Okay. Yeah, sorry, that was my bad. I need to do brew update first to get the latest versions of the packages, and then I can do brew upgrade Codex. What? You know what? I'm gonna uninstall Codex. We'll install Codex. Okay, homebrew, what the hell are you cooking? Okay, yes. So as you can see, this is much more similar to this. It has a nice box. Okay, not that similar though. Yeah, I want to check the cloud thing. Like, yeah, so this cloud is also a coder thing, which is a little bit concerning. But yeah, I guess it's for Codex Cloud. But I saw that somewhere that you would be able to do that on Codex CLI as well. So I'm not sure why that's the case. But yeah, okay. So I think this is already introduction. What I'll do now, I'll set up the project and start using it. All right, so as usual, I'm gonna use this template. I'm gonna go expensify just code, just every code. Just gonna make it explicit. Yeah, honestly, I think the name is really bad. Like, code is such a generic name, but yeah, whatever. I will now. Yeah, I'm gonna quit this. Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, okay. So there's something fishy going on. Like when I leave, anything that I type just goes crazy. Yeah. Git clone this. Yeah, something weird happens on my terminal, and I don't know what it is. Expensify just every code. Okay, so we're going to, I'm gonna open new Vim here. And I'm going to, I want to see the configuration of the instructions. Probably agents MD. Yeah. I'm going to move. Yeah. So this is going to come here to agents MD. Agents MD. And maybe I should call this Claude MD if that thing will start Claude sessions. Yeah, whatever. Let's just leave it like that. And yeah, MCP. Okay. Okay. I guess this is how it managed to get my sessions from my Codex sessions. Yeah. Okay. Let's open Coder. Let's do. Yes. Yeah. I guess the reason why again. The reason why it was able to connect without asking permissions because again I use that thing with Codex. MCP. Huh? Okay, so when I go here, it hides the whole configuration. Yeah, so I guess the configuration is global, but maybe I can add either way. So let's test. Yeah, let's do pnpm needs install, pnpm install. So I should be able to do pnpm exec prisma MCP, right? Yeah, it is connected. Okay. MCP add pnpm exec prisma MCP. Oh, that's not what I wanted. How do I delete this? Okay. Okay, tab and shift tab navigates there. Maybe I can remove. Okay. Yeah, okay, Prisma, pnpm exec, Prisma, MCP, and MCP, add MCP language server, dash workspace, dot dash lsp, TypeScript, language server, dash stdio. Oh, I need to call this TSLSP. So if I come to MCP, those things are running. What tools you have available? Okay. So I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna do git dot git. Yeah, let me just. I'm not sure why I'm doing this when I have this beautiful UI. So yeah, I'm gonna do project setup here. And okay. Not sure. Yeah, it's not showing the. Yeah, okay. Let me just do. Yeah, this is gonna be annoying. I already know. Yeah, please fix it. Okay, why? Okay, yeah, this interface. Okay, so look at that. This is annoying. So here, navigating is up and down arrow keys, but if I do like J, it goes down. So J and K, it is the thing. Yeah, it works on the sidebar. However, and also tab. Oh, come on, this is good. This navigation is crazy. This navigation is crazy. All right. They need to get their things together. Okay, this is so bad. How do I open the settings again? Yeah, settings. Okay, so I can navigate here, right? And this is the first thing. And then let's go to MCP. So now I can do Shift Tab. But then now this thing here, so Tab and Shift Tab works here, and also J and K. But when I come to Chrome, now J and K are controlling this thing here. So I need to use tab to get out of that. But if I go to GitHub, now tab is controlling something there, and also J and K, and also up and down. Oh, actually, J and K is just not doing anything. What is even going on? Yeah, this whole interface is broken. Yeah, this is gonna. Fortunately, I don't think I'm gonna be using that too much. But okay. I need to breathe in. It is. Oh, yeah. This. Okay, this just like put me off balance. I need some water after that. I know it's just a small thing, but this thing drives me crazy. Okay. Okay, let me get some water. I'm gonna be right back, and we can do. We can start prompting and see how this performs. All right. So as usual, I'm just going to ask this and ask it to plan. So yeah, let me use the. Let me do coder. Let's do plan. Okay, this thing I think is for multiple agents. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. Sorry. So yeah, I'm just gonna do this. /doc/product. Okay, so I cannot mention a folder, so I'm just gonna do this for this. And the PRD main I should be able to select. And this I'm just gonna do docs tasks. And yeah, I'm gonna send that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to remove this. I'm afraid that it's gonna go on the auto mode and just start doing things. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit tired. Maybe we're gonna have to split this video in two, do like half an hour or 1 hour today and 1 hour tomorrow. I'm definitely tired. Yeah, I guess this is gonna be similar to what we tested in the previous video. Uh, with try, not the previous one, because I recorded them after. But yeah, with the video released last week. Actually, I released yesterday, but you're gonna be seeing this video only next week. So okay, so great. This readme. Let's see the diff viewer. Yeah, why this diff viewer doesn't show anything? Maybe because the file was created. Yeah, there's a bunch of unnecessary things. I'm gonna. Can I stop it? Okay. Yeah. Again, if you don't want to do database design up front, you need to put that in the prompt. You've seen probably in a lot of the videos where I do this, and like I don't want to do that, and then I ask it to redo it, right? But the reason why I'm refraining myself from doing that is just because I want to see how each model thinks. But you shouldn't let the model think. You should decide things up front. Yeah. Let's just open. Yeah, so this README, we're likely gonna have to. It is a beautiful table, though. Okay. I would rather not do all the database design up front and instead do incremental changes to the database. Yeah, honestly, the more that I think about this, I feel like if you're bootstrapping a product, like, I don't know, you're doing this V0, I think it's something, I'm doing a proof of concept. The more that I think actually upfront database design might be all right when you just like, when you have a good idea of what you want to build, you just build all the models and then build the UI. And then you do like a review of the whole thing. And then from that moment, you start doing like incremental changes and whatnot. Yeah, because it's going to be more efficient to iterate, right? Because then you have all this layer, and then you can like have agents do different things. And I do believe that's probably better, especially with something like Prisma, where setting up this is just writing one file, and then Prisma generates the whole migration. So yeah, no, just something that I changed my mind over the time. I mean, it kind of aligns with back when I was doing like proof of concepts with Rails. The first thing I would do is a bunch of like Rails G. I would Rails generate, and build the whole model, and then I'll have this like crude application, and then from there I would build the whole app around it, right? So I think it's kind of like the same idea, right? Where you have an idea of what the model is, the domain model, you think about it, the processes and whatnot, and then you build this whole big thing. The downside is that this can create a lot of code that maybe you're never going to use. But yeah. Okay, so let's rather not do incremental changes to the database. Also, the authentication part is good enough for now. We already have magic code working. Is code out working? Let's see if I just send that, if it will. Let's see the reasoning. I mean, I kind of got lost. What the hell that this has to do with this? Like, it's two different things. Yeah, let's do test 1 and 3 together. Perfect. So now I'm gonna do, and yeah, let me just come here. Docs, plan tasks. We need to complete task 001 and task 003 to replace the placeholder posts, model and routers, but use them as reference on the best practices on how to do testing using a transactional testing approach, and both mock calls in post.test are necessary to work with transactional prism testing and to bypass next out and so next out doesn't break in tests. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I think this should be good enough. Let's see how this plan goes. I will spin up a batch of planning agents in parallel. Okay, this is what I want to see. What? Will it actually run all these agents? No, this is crazy. Like, Okay, this plan thing is wild. Will this thing work? Let me just do... Okay, so do have two Claude things running, which I guess are these two models. So it's running with Haiku and with Sonnet. This is wild. Okay. Okay, so I press enter, I can focus, and now I can scroll. So it's just like asking every of these models to come up with something. And then like, this is wild. Okay. I mean, I'm not sure like what is the benefit like of having all these agents do the same work. Let's see the plan that Haiku got out. Yeah, Haiku was just like really high level. Oh wait, okay, it didn't wrote anything. Yeah, so GPT-5 did this. Now I'm just waiting for Sonnet and Quentry Coder. Yeah, by the way, okay, I think I should disable Opus. How do I disable? I don't know how to disable. Okay. Okay, Sonnet created a plan. Okay, so now it is synthesizing the results from all these agents. Yeah, I mean, this is wild. Yeah, I wonder like, okay, so there's some prompt that probably this description of the agents likely help best of plan combining the strongest consistent recommendations. Replace the placeholder flow with organizations plus invitations and small safe increments. Do schema increment 1 now. Organization membership invitation. Keep next alt tables. Leave post model until the next flow is green. Okay, this is a good take. Add the new TRPC routers, minimal role membership guards, UI pages to exercise flows, write transactional v-test suites mirroring the exact mocking pattern in post tests. After green tests in basic UI, deprecate post and router, and later remove the post model. Phase plan, okay? Yeah, by the way, let me just help cp.env. Yeah, I have to stop some Docker stuff. 1 second. Yeah, let me do Docker compose up-sd. And yeah, that should be all. Yeah, also let me, because I'm afraid it's going to sound like cloud code in the middle of stuff, I'm just going to add, yeah, this is kind of cheating, but I think this is too YOLO and requires some preparation. So coding, testing, guidelines, use transactional based testing. I mean, Copilot sometimes I'm using the LSP Copilot, yeah, whatever. I need to disable that. Instead of mocking individual DB API calls, whenever a schema change is made, sync, whenever a new migration is created, sync the test database with the npm test reset. Managing DB schema changes. Don't create manual migrations unless really required, like not supported by Prisma. Instead, change the Prisma schema definition and run the npm db generate. I think it's the package. Yeah, db generate. If manual migration is needed, use. Yeah, also let me change this to vtest run, and let me db create migration create Prisma migrate dev dash. I think it's npm exact Prisma migrate create only, that's name. Yeah, I need the dev part. Use npm db migration create. remember to pass -- name migration name to avoid interactive terminals. Yeah, that should be enough. So yeah, I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna say this should be good enough. Yeah, actually, this was a good advice. I was going to say to do it, but he decided to do that. Should I do code? Yeah, that's a... Yeah, I'm just going to do code. Let's implement it. I don't know what that does. I'm just going to find out. I mean, is it going to run an agent for everything? Okay, this is wild. Okay, so it automatically created a bunch of different work trees. This is not gonna go well. Yeah, I'm gonna cancel the MCP stuff. That's just going to create issues. Yeah, this is wild. Like, why would you do the same thing in all these agents? Yeah, so that's the issue. You see, probably someone already... Yeah, this is bad. This is bad. Okay, yeah, this is really bad. Because some of these work trees created a database and... Okay, you know what I'm gonna... Okay, yeah, this is so bad. Instead of delegating, run it yourself. This is important because you need to have one single database migration history, which is causing issues with parallel agents. Yeah, I mean, I guess if I had done a little bit extra effort, I, like maybe if I had like a dev container kind of setup, or yeah, this is something that after I tested Verdant, I think this is an important thing to be able to run things in parallel in work trees and have everything set up like uh, database or whatever. And in that case, this would be important to, yeah, so I can run all of that, but then this requires an extra effort, and I really do believe that this is just like a waste of tokens to be running the same task in all these agents. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Like the plan part was good. Like for planning, I think it was an interesting thing to have multiple opinions, right? But then for execution, just running one good agent and then maybe have another one review it instead of having like, I don't know, it feels weird. Uh, it's an interesting idea, but yeah, it's an interesting idea, but I do think it requires a lot more setup and careful thinking on how to structure, your code base. Yeah, the migration part. Yeah, okay, reset Prisma, it should be fine. And also, like, I guess even reviewing 8 different implementations is going to require so many tokens. Like, I don't know, it just feels not a good idea. I think it's much better to like split into multiple subtasks and delegate rather than sending the same task to all the agents. But yeah, that's just me. But it's cool that this thing delegated in work trees. I think that's cool. And also maybe the default configuration with all these agents is not the best idea. Maybe just having, like Claude 4.5 Sonad, maybe GLM 4.6 through OpenCode or something. Maybe just having a few of those would be would be better. You know what I mean? Yeah, but this is definitely like YOLO mode. And I see the diff viewer. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, now I can see the diffs here. Yeah, this diff viewer is really cool. Yeah, I think overall, like this agent, they have a lot of interesting ideas and are experimenting with a lot of different stuff. Yeah, yeah. Let me open source, server, API, routers, invitation test, organization test. Membership is by organization. Okay, organization test. Okay, so this first finds, see if it is a member, and then gets all the memberships. All right, organization test. So organization list, just get the memberships. Yeah, I would probably just list the memberships and then include the organizations and then transform the data. Yeah, here I'll probably just find the membership and include the organization. I think that would be easier. What is that? Okay, it figured out that. It figured out on its own. That's a good thing. Okay. It didn't add tasks to the membership though. Yeah. I'm gonna let it cook. I'm gonna be right back. Okay, I went out for a while and it says it's done. Let's read what it has to say. Yeah. By the way, I do want to explore dev container setups. So let's just do docker ps npm dev. Okay, local. I mean, I guess like when we're doing this, it's just Codex, right? Yeah. And I'll do that example. So I guess like to unlock the full potential, I would have to set up, yeah. Okay, that's probably something was probably saved on the state or something from a previous. But yeah, maybe there's a cookie. How do I clear all the cookies? Okay, perfect. Let's try it again. Example.com. And if I come here, I sign in. Yeah, it's because I had another app where I was doing this thing. So I guess I need to go to /org/new. Okay, org/new. Okay. Okay, so host 2000, not 3000, it's 4000. Okay. It's 3000, right? Okay. Sign in now.example.com. Edit 35 /org/new. Open a new browser at Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think this is just Codex, most of it, and the cool stuff. I think will require extra work for me. Yeah, I think I might end this video earlier. And this time, not because I think this tool sucks, because the other times that I ended a video early was because I thought the tool was really bad. It's just because I think to have like an advantage over Codex, it needs extra consideration. Otherwise, you're just using Codex. But there are some nice UI improvements here, right? I think that's a yeah. The page is all white. One, okay. One. The the server is already running. I want to see if it can see the. As you can see, the page is all white. You don't need to fix any port issue. Okay. My my org. Actually, I prefer the previous design. The cleaner white design was actually better. Okay, but okay, so this is cool, right? I can like do this and iterate with the agent on the browser. And again, yeah, to be completely fair, I can have that in any agent. I just need to integrate with Chrome DevTools, MCP. But yeah, but it's nice. It's nice the way they integrate it. Yeah, I like this. This is much better, much cleaner. That will be great. Now that you have that page open, create the org to see how the page is looking like. Spoiler alert, it's also all white and not visible. Yeah, I wanna see if I can instruct it to like run the yeah run the browser that will use the browser to get the information itself. someone at example.com. Let's run the invite. Yeah, I guess this is only on the... And if we just go to localhost 3000, sign in, someone at example.com, localhost 8025, can log in and go to /orgs maybe, /invite. Invite accept page. Yeah, but I think this is too much context in a way that is like not productive. See, I already exceeded my... Yeah, I honestly, I think I'm just gonna stop, honestly. Yeah, I think this already can gives us a good idea of what this tool is about. Yeah, I'm just gonna stop it here, honestly, save some time. It is just Codex with some extra tools baked in and some interesting interface changes. I think the main appeal is the... Yeah, I haven't tested the auto mode, but I mean, isn't that auto enough? Like, what is the change? Like, what is even auto mode now? Yeah, this thing with the screenshot showing up in my terminal, this is quite cool. Yeah, this is wasting too many tokens and too many requests. Yeah. Again, my fault to bring this browser thing up. But yeah, honestly, I'll stop here. Yeah, let's just... Oh, so all these agents thing here. Yeah, so we're gonna do feed or show test 1 and 3. Oh, these are all the... Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop. All right, so closing thoughts about this code agent. It is just Codex. We can see that the way it behaves, even it is using my OpenAI subscription, and it is bringing a new interface. So there's a lot of cool ideas. I really like the plan delegating to multiple agents. Plan doing the same thing in parallel and then combining the best results is a great idea. Honestly, it's probably going to spend a lot of credits. But maybe you already have like a bunch of subscriptions and maybe there's a really hard challenge. So I think this is an interesting idea of having these, all these experts give their plan and then you take the best of all of them. So I think this is quite an interesting idea. The code thing, delegating the same thing to everyone was kind of weird. I wish I had a little bit more control over that. Maybe if I had fewer agents. And that also requires, if those things are making database changes, it needs an actual isolated development environment. With Verdant, this was something that I had to plan and orchestrate the tasks to minimize that. So one thing that I've done, again, I could have followed the suggestion that the agent gave me in the beginning, which was to do all the database design up front. That would have solved most of these issues. But it's still kind of like, yeah, I wonder why you would do that. Yeah, just feels weird. Just feels like spending too many tokens, and I don't know. Feels wrong to me. But for the plan, I think it's a good idea to spend a few extra things. But yeah, so a lot of cool ideas. The terminal, for example, all this settings thing. There's a lot of like interesting, UI. Like the terminal UI is interesting, but a lot of buggy things as well. Sometimes is J and K, sometimes is up and down, sometimes it's tab and shift tab, and then sometimes the shift tab doesn't work because so that whole thing, so it feels like a lot of good ideas and a lot of people contributing, but not like a clear UX direction or this is the product, like not so it feels unpolished with a lot of like rough corners. I particularly wouldn't use that on my day-to-day job. It doesn't feel polished enough. And the cool ideas are, for me, just cool ideas. I know it might be maybe being too critical, but again, they're thinking using Git work trees was a good idea to delegate to multiple agents, but why delegate the same task to all of them? Probably is because is the agent think is how the agent decided to do, right? I guess the agent has the option when calling the tool to delegate to other agents to choose which agent is going to do, or if you're going to do in parallel. But the experience just felt weird. But there's a lot of cool stuff they're experimenting with. So this is definitely something I will keep an eye on. And I do recommend you give it a try, especially if you already have Codex, because, you're going to use the same credentials and same plan, and then you're not going to have to pay anything for that. So in that regards, it is an interesting thing. You have Codex, and then you have this thing that you can sometimes play around with it. I'm not a heavy Codex user. I do the type of, AI assisted coding that I do is more of like a pair program. I do something I or really well defined, like this is the thing that you need to do. And then normally called Sonnet, it just feels better for me. And then sometimes I use a GLM 4.6. So these are the two models that I use the most. I'm not like a GPT person, but also I'm not well into these, delegate a bunch of background agents. I want to start doing that more. But if you are already paying for Codex and, maybe you are on the more expensive plans, then you have big usage, and then, those wasteful tokens are not a concern to you, then I do recommend you give it a try. See how that well it goes in your workflow. But for me, the cool things were just maybe too gimmicky, maybe. I don't know. But that's me. I'm going to need more time testing this to have a more clear opinion. But first impressions are that. I'm going to stop. I am tired. I don't think this is going to be too different than Codex if I'm not using the gimmicky stuff. So that's why I'm stopping early. Sorry for that. But if you like this video, leave a like. If you think I'm stupid or you agree with me, leave a comment down below. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.